Ashwini Kumar now joins us. He's MOS Planning, Science and Technology and Earth Sciences. He in fact joins us. Thanks very much for speaking to Times Now. Sir, many would say that ideally you should also be among the list of unhappy congressmen, considering that an important portfolio has been taken away from you, Parliamentary Affairs. But it seems there is an impression that the Prime Minister has not done enough for an image makeover or a turnaround in the fortunes of the government in the minds of the public.
Well, you are entitled to your view, and so are the analysts. But the fact remains, as I said, within the inherent constraints of a coalition situation, within the inherent constraints of our political establishment, whatever best he thought could be done has been done. And I personally believe, and I think a large number of people I have spoken to since the afternoon also believe, that this is a substantial movement forward. It does represent, if not a very expensive expansion, a substantial and a substantive message of change. And please see the fine print. The fine print is that the people who are now in the Council of Ministers are going to be expected to do a great job of what they've been entrusted with, and accountable governance, and take the collective picture. Don't take the one or two instances here or there, but on the whole, I think he has done as well as he could.
But Mr. Ashwini Kumar, that's not the only charge. The impression that is growing is that the allies seem to have a stranglehold over the government. Now, for instance, Mamata Banerjee, despite her MOS, Mr. Mukul Roy, facing the kind of criticism that he has, despite the ministry having and railways having all the accidents, has still maintained the railway portfolio. On the other hand, the telecom ministry seems to have been kept for the DMK despite the 2G scam.
Well, I'm not so sure whether that conjecture would be vindicated or not. Only time will tell. But I did say that coalition situation has its inherent constraints, and those constraints have been recognized repeatedly by the political leadership of the UPA, not on one occasion, on many occasions. But I think you should give credit for what has been finally achieved. The final collective image of the government that has been brought forth by this cabinet rejig, I think very substantially conveys a message that this UPA2 is in renewal. It is,
but
it is
Mr. Kumar,
forward, and the people have a legitimate right to expect that its members now perform. And I think that is what the Prime Minister and the UPA chairperson would be looking at. I think that is what the people of India expect, Kumar, and legitimately so. And I think it is now for us to deliver. And I have no doubt that collectively the UPA2 will deliver, and we have still 3 years to go. We will make up for what we have lost.
You're not answering the question, Mr. Kumar. You know, the fact is that isn't your party embarrassed over the fact that 3 ministers have started publicly expressing their discontentment over the portfolios?
Look, I cannot really comment on the reactions of my colleagues. All I can say is that in even the most flawless situation, it is a near impossibility to please all aspirations.
Mr. Kumar, we have a resignation already.
Have a particular view, and one is entitled to that view. But when you work within constraints, one must recognize that what one has been able to get and the responsibility one has been entrusted with is a responsibility upon which one should deliver. Public service is the ultimate good, and that is what I sincerely believe. All of us who are in the Council of Ministers must be more than grateful to God and to the leadership that they have an opportunity to serve the nation in whichever capacity.
Very evasive.
At least that is my personal view.
Mr. Kumar, you might be quite happy and satisfied, that's great, but 3 ministers, even as we speak, are quite unhappy and sulking, and one of them has already resigned. Thank you so much indeed, though, for joining us here on the News Hour this evening.